This was the beginning of a friendship between Bethune and the governor's wife.
And of course, Eleanor helped her more so than many of her contacts, because Eleanor Roosevelt was an advocate for African Americans, and specifically women, African American women.
In October 1929, the nation's economy crumbled when the New York Stock Exchange collapsed. This same year, President Herbert Hoover named Bethune to be a member of the National Commission for Child Welfare. This called for her to make recommendations on African American colleges that would receive federal grants. As the Depression deepened, African American men rapidly lost jobs and were replaced by whites needing work. African American women found jobs and took over as breadwinners. Another result of the sagging economy was the rise in racial hostility. In an effort for peace, Bethune spoke out at anti-lynching rallies. She also went to the Association of Southern Women and talked with the president about coming together with other groups to end the nightmare of violence. The president of the all-white organization wouldn't help. In 1935, Congress failed to pass an anti-lynching bill that was endorsed by the NAACP, and brutality continued. The same year the bill was blocked, Bethune was named one of the 50 most influential women in America by a group of newspapers. She received the Spingarn Medal from the NAACP in salute of African American excellence. In 1935, she founded the National Council for Negro Women to unify African American women. As president in 1935, Franklin Roosevelt initiated various projects to bring life to the economy. He named Bethune to a post in the National Youth Administration. Her ability to inspire youth earned her a promotion to administrator of the newly created Office of Minority Affairs. The next year, in June, Bethune was named director of the Agency for Minority Activities when it was renamed the Division of Negro Affairs. This promotion earned her a place in history as the first African American woman to head a federal agency. During her tenure, she worked to end the practice of giving African Americans smaller relief grants than whites. She also integrated several Southern state committees that distributed aid. Bethune was instrumental in assisting African American youth to find funds for career training and attend graduate schools. In her later years, she continued fighting for equal rights. When World War II started in 1941, Bethune argued that African Americans should participate, even though they were denied basic liberties at home. During the war, hiring at defense plants boomed, and thousands of workers were on the job to meet deadlines for war products. Racist hiring practices stopped many African Americans from benefiting from these new jobs. To aid African Americans in their ongoing fight to overcome employment discrimination, Bethune established the Civilian Pilot Training Program at Tuskegee Institute to train African American pilots. During Roosevelt's presidency, he named her to numerous national positions. In the long run, however, these assignments made it difficult for Bethune to run her college. In 1943, she named James Colston to succeed her. In 1945, Bethune was serving as a delegate to a conference to plan the United Nations when she received word that President Roosevelt had died on April 12th. She immediately left the conference to attend the funeral. That same year, she turned 70 years old, and her zeal for freedom was as strong as ever. In Daytona, she helped desegregate the municipal beach to open it for African Americans. In 1949, Bethune resigned as president of the National Council for Negro Women, but remained active. 2 years later, at the age of 76, Bethune was named by President Harry Truman to serve on a federal committee. Truman also sent her to represent the United States at the inauguration of the President of Liberia. Shortly after returning, She became ill and was hospitalized with a heart ailment. When Bethune recovered, she continued her normal, hectic schedule. The last year of her life was spent at Bethune-Cookman campus, where she had lived during her presidency.
She was born a woman, African American, in poverty. She decided what her goal was in life, and she achieved it with 3 strikes against her. What her legacy is to black women is that whatever you want out of life, you can get it, you can obtain it. And most of us don't have 3 strikes against us. And to humanity in general, she's saying set your goal in life and then work towards it. She had a day-to-day struggle, and that's what she's saying. It's a struggle, but you can achieve your goals.
Mary McLeod Bethune died on May 18, 1955. She was 79 years old.
I want Negroes to maintain their human dignity at all costs. We as Negroes must recognize that we are custodians as well as the heirs of a great civilization. Mary McLeod Bethune.